welcome to my channel. Today I am talking about waiting for somebody to make contact with you, hanging around waiting, or not hanging around waiting, but subconsciously kind of waiting. So you pick up your phone and you think, is there a message from them? And even if you don't actually say the words to yourself in your head, you are kind of looking for a message. You're kind of disappointed that there's not a message there. Maybe time has gone on, a lot of time has gone on. Now, why is this happening? Because waiting is an energy, and what we are energetically is what we experience in life. So if you are waiting and you are in waiting mode, you are putting out that energy. That is your signal to the giant quantum computer that is reality, and it reads it and it, okay, waiting. Okay, that's translated as waiting. Back it is, there you go. You know, imagine that you are on a website and you are putting in, I don't know, say, I'm just going to bring up something like a client of ours, a mortgage company. And you're putting in your figures of what you want to borrow, and then you are getting results delivered back to you of what you can borrow. The amount that you can borrow is coming back to you. That is a piece of code that works the same all of the time. It works on different figures that you put in. If you put in a different figure, you get a different amount back. But if you keep putting in the same figure, you're going to keep getting the same figure back. It can't do anything different because it's a piece of code and it can only do what it's been designed to do. So that's what I believe is going on here. And it really helps me maintain a decent feeling state because I know it's being read all of the time. So if you are feeling waiting, you are getting waiting because that's what the code is reading. It can't read anything else. So have a think about that. Am I in waiting mode? So we don't want to be waiting for someone to be kind enough to reach out to us, or to, we are manifesting has worked a little bit because they've come back to us, but then they've gone again, and you're constantly in that cycle. You need to stop the waiting. You need to know that that's a signal and know that that's all that you're going to get back if you keep feeling that. So feeling something different. So you either need to change that feeling, so empower yourself to something like magnetism. I'm magnetic. So every time you feel waiting, you swap it for magnetic and you drop into that feeling. So then over time, if you are persistent with this, and if you can do it without resistance, I have to say that if you feel resistance, don't do it. There's two ways of doing this. So you can do that. It doesn't have to be magnetic. It could be already have it, the feeling of already having it, but that's quite a difficult one when you're not practiced at that. It's quite a difficult one. It does cause quite a lot of resistance with some people. So that's one way of doing it, changing that feeling when you notice it, so that your practiced feeling then becomes your more natural feeling. And what happens is you just notice you're not waiting so much, and you go a lot of time where you think, oh, I didn't think about it in that hour. And when you do that and you get those times when you don't think about it, you congratulate yourself and give those times momentum. Or you go, stuff it, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not waiting for you. Why would I wait for you? You should be the one waiting for contact from me. So you spin it around, and don't worry, there's nothing reading you that's going to say you don't want it anymore. You are just turning it around. So energetically, you are becoming the person that doesn't wait. You are becoming the person that gets on with your life, knowing that that person is going to come back to you, but you are not waiting for them, because why would you? You've got better things to do. So you spin it and you change your attitude. So you change your perspective on the situation, and basically, as I've said before, nothing really has meaning until we attach one to it. So let's say we don't hear from someone for a couple of days, and then we attach the meaning that they're not interested anymore, they're going off us, they're busy doing other things, they're seeing someone else. It could be any of those things. So we attach a meaning to it. So as soon as we attach a meaning to it, we start seeing evidence of that, of more of that coming back to us. It's not necessarily that that's what's going on, but it's what we are seeing evidence of, because it's like we're saying, we want to see this in our reality, we want to see more of this. Whether it's happening or not, you're going to get evidence of it. So we build a feeling, we build that energy to such a point where we just keep seeing it show over and over and over. And that is why when something happens in your life like that, say somebody does pull away from you, don't latch onto that feeling and try to find a rational explanation for it. Just try not to give it any attention. Don't water it. Just think, you do your thing, I'm going to do mine, because that energetically brings you more in line with it. And so they do come back, but you haven't had to try. You've just taken your power back and decided that you're not going to make an issue of that, because you're not going to let that energy grow within you to show more to you on the outside, which it will, because this is what's happening, because the algorithm will read you. And if there's nothing for it to read, so let's say you've had a feeling that you want, so just say you then said, I want them to come back to me, I want them to reach out to me again, but then you didn't block that all up with feelings of, but they're not, why are they not coming back to me, what are they doing? Are they not interested anymore? Is it all just me and they're not bothered? So we start creating that energy, then it stops the other, it becomes very strong, and that becomes the dominant energy. So that is what's delivered back to you, more evidence of that. But if you didn't do that, if you just had the feeling, like, I wish they'd reach back out to me even, and then you just said, but I'm going to do me, I'm going to carry on, I am not going to give that any attention, so I'm not going to think of your thoughts as being separate from you. They are separate, and if you don't entertain them, they can't grow into an energy. And if they can't grow energetically, they can't show back to you. Not all of your thoughts show back to you. When people say thoughts are things, thoughts become things, yes, in some respects, if you might think of something and they have that feeling that goes with it, so that energetic feeling of that thing. So sometimes when you think that you want something, or you'd like something, but you're just having a little thought about it, energetically for a moment you become that thing, and then it shows back to you really, really quickly. But not every thought that you have in your life shows back to you, does it? You've only got to look at all the thoughts you had. Did they all show back up in your life? No, they didn't. So it's kind of simple on one hand and complex on another. I think there's so much going on that we don't understand, but let's not even try to understand it. Let's just try to make it work for us. It's taking back that power and knowing that waiting is an energy. So if I have a waiting energy, I'm going to be waiting, because what else can happen? Nothing. The algorithm, it has been designed this way. It cannot show me anything different. Think about the mortgage calculator figures. If you keep putting in the same figures, you're always going to get the same figure back. But if you put in a different figure, you get a different figure back. If you decide you've got a bigger deposit, for example, and you put in a different deposit amount, then you're going to get a different figure back. So you just need to put in something different in order to get something different back. And again, just remind yourself, why am I waiting for this person? What's so awesome about this person at the moment? Not much, because actually they're not coming back to me. Again, it's the funny thing, because you bring in the rational, this stuff isn't rational, not that we understand in a rational sense. So it is, but it's whatever works for you in your feeling state. So don't worry, nothing is going to cancel anything out. Whatever you think to make yourself feel better is good. It won't cancel anything out, because nothing is judging you. You know what you want. Ultimately, it's all there inside of you. It never goes anywhere, but you have to deal with it in a different way at the moment. If you're in waiting energy, you'll get waiting back. What can you do about that? You can either say, stuff you for now, I'm done with this, I'm just going to get on with my life and forget about it, so that you open up space. But you kind of have the attitude, no, I am going to get on with life, so you feel empowered by that. Or you go, okay, maybe you're in a place where actually that energy is not hugely in your face, because you are pretty much getting on with life, but it is bobbing along there, so you know it's there. So actually it's easier for you to swap that energy up, because you're not hugely resistant. You know that you've just got this sort of ongoing kind of thing on autopilot. You know that you've got that kind of waiting thing on autopilot, but it's fairly subtle within you. Then you might find that easier to do that. And then eventually autopilot will be your feeling of whatever you've swapped it with. So magnetism, or you can just have a feeling of magnetism and not direct it at them. Just have a general feeling of magnetism, because and just think that this is broad, it's picking up everything. So you include that within it. So many ways that you can deal with these things. I have this motto in life, and I always have had, there's always a solution. There's always a solution to whatever. And it might not be anything that something might pop into your head and you think, oh yeah, I'll do that. But that's inspiration. There is always a solution. There's never a like, oh God, that's it. But there is nothing wrong with saying, stuff it for now. I'm done with it for now. Because you will change energetically, and then you will get something different back, because you can't fail to. You cannot get more of the same back if you put something different in. So whereas you can't get something different if you keep putting the same in, it works the other way around. So, okay, hopefully this was useful, especially if you haven't realised that that's what's going on. I think these things can be useful. But again, don't wait for anyone or anything. Just get on with your life, live your life, and get the most out of life, and see everything that happens in your life as a bridge of instance, as working towards those things that you want and you've thought about, and you've thought that you'd like to come into your life, even if they might seem quite insignificant, or you might everything. I find that, and I really notice that about things now. I'm really into that at the moment, doing that with everything that happens. I go, oh, and because I want this, and this person knows this person, so maybe that was leading to that. So yeah, okay, that's all part of the bigger picture. Just bring everything into being part of the bigger picture. It's really helpful. Okay, I'm an author. I listed my books below. I'm going to list my latest book now, put it above me here or here, whichever I do in the edit. And I offer Zoom coaching, and I offer email coaching. Just pop onto my website. You can click on the link actually on the banner here, which will take you to my coaching page. And if you don't want to book anything up online, you can just send me an email and have a little chat with me, and we'll see what is best for you. And that's it. Thanks for watching.